Well, we've heard a lot about classical curriculum tonight, but what is it and how do we define it? First of all, let me share with you some of the people who were educated with a classical curriculum. This was the only known form of education for many, many years. Galileo, Aristotle, Plato, George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, C.S. Lewis, and J.R.R. Tolkien were all educated in the classical manner. 4 words that we could use to describe classical curriculum would be truth, beauty, goodness, and wisdom. We want to teach our students to appreciate truth, beauty, goodness, and wisdom. But how do we do that? We use a very systematic approach. We use something called the trivium, which uses age-specific learning. We use the God-created stages of development and focus on each one. The first stage is what we call the grammar or the Paul Parrot stage. This is grades K through 2. This is the time in a child's life when it is very easy for them to recite, to memorize, when they will learn nursery rhymes and scriptures. And so we use that to help them to learn the things they need to learn in the beginning of their educational process. The second stage, which begins in grade 3 and goes through grade 6, is something that we would call the PERT stage, or the stage of logic. This is the stage when children begin to ask why, and so we use their natural curiosity to teach them and to challenge them. The third stage is the stage of rhetoric, or what we might call the poetic stage. This is grades 7 through 12. This is the time when students learn how to debate, how to present well thought out ideas, and how to express themselves intelligently. One of the specific differences that you will observe in a classical curriculum is that we teach Latin. Is Latin a dead language? No, it is not. 70% of our English language comes directly from Latin. So when we learn Latin and the root of words, we are better able to express ourselves in the English language, whether we are writing or speaking. Also, all of the Romance languages come directly from Latin, and so we have a head start in learning any of those languages. It is also consistently proven that students who take Latin in school score higher on standardized testing. And then the art of cursive writing. Why do we teach it? Well, we teach cursive writing because it employs both sides of the brain, both the creative side and the intellectual side. And so we focus on cursive writing also. And now, the exciting news. In August of 2015, United Christian School will add grades 9 through 12 to become the premier preschool through 12 classical Christian school of the Verde Valley. We will continue to teach our Apology of Science in high school, that is science from a biblical perspective. We will also add our high school math classes, which are being brought in on live satellite feed with present-day technology. And then we will also be adding our literature, history, theology, integrated humanities courses. We're very excited about this, and we're looking forward to branching out into new avenues. For those of you whose children are already enrolled, be assured your children are being educated with the highest goals in mind. For those of you who are considering attending, you may be asking, why choose United Christian School? Well, here are 10 thoughts for you to consider. Why choose United Christian School? You want your child to be taught great truths from a biblical perspective. You want your child to thoroughly grasp the history of Western civilization. You want your child to learn Latin, which is the root of the English language. You want your child to learn cursive writing. You want your child to learn the history of great art and good music. You want your child to be taught in the manner of George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Plato, and Aristotle. You want a rigorous academic program that will help your child to use his or her mind to the best of their ability. You respect the virtues of truth and beauty and want your child to learn these values. You value moral excellence and hope to see this displayed in your child's life. You want to be a part of changing Western civilization, one student at a time. If these are your desires, you want a classical Christian curriculum. Join us as we challenge students to excel academically, spiritually, and intellectually. I leave you with 3 John chapter 1, verse 4. I have no greater joy than to know that my children walk in truth.